Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Are you looking to complete your card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. And please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Please enjoy the discount and your purchase directly supports the content I create in this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your supporting PTCGO. In today's video, we'll be showcasing Ursaluna from the Astral Radiance expansion set. This one has been forgotten by so many, so I thought this was a good opportunity to give it a chance to shine. Ursaluna is the stage 2 Pokemon with 180 HP, which is pretty decent. It has a horrible retreat cost of 4, no resistance, and is weak to fighting. I built this deck to accommodate for both its attack, showcasing its max potential as much as possible. Its first attack is Speed Hunt. For 1 colorless energy, you can get any 2 cards from your discard pile and put it back to your hand. I really like the idea of being able to recover any cards from your discard pile as much as you possibly can. So to utilize this attack, I went for the disruption strategy. I added a full set of crushing hammers in this build. Although it relies on a successful coin flip, if you get heads though, you can discard 1 energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and this may just slow down your opponent from being able to attack. And this is where we can use Speed Hunt, so that we can keep getting those crushing hammers back to our hand. Of course, we can also use this attack for that infinite loop effect, because you can just keep recovering your cards, and then just get money to shuffle them back to your deck. And this attack also pairs nicely with Celine. You flip 2 coins and for each heads, you can put any card from your discard pile to the top of your deck in any order. And I also included 1 copy of Oranguru to combo with this card, because you can use Oranguru's Primate Wisdom ability to switch the top card of your deck with 1 card from your hand. So there is a chance that you can continue to use a bunch of crushing hammers in a single turn. It is very difficult to pull off, but it is possible. Moving on now to Ursaluna's second attack, Bulky Bump. For 3 colorless energy, this attack deals 200 damage, but then you have to discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack is actually pretty strong, however, it's not quite enough to knock out most basic Pokemon V. You can use Choice Belt to increase its attack, but this time I'm going with 2 copies of Powerful Energy to increase its attack. The Powerful Energy gives 20 more damage for each of this attached to a colorless type Pokemon. This will put us to that knockout range to most basic Pokemon V, even with just 1 attached. However, the next problem is reattaching energies to Ursaluna so that it can continue to attack because it has to discard 2 energies when it attacks. I did include 2 copies of Twin Energies in this build to help power up this attack, and on a slow matchup, perhaps you can recover the Twin Energy with Speed Hunt, then attack again with Bulky Bump the next turn, but it's hardly a practical strategy for this build. So instead, we'll be pairing this with Colossal with a Tar Generator ability. Once during your turn, you can attach 1 Fire Energy and or 1 Fighting Energy from your discard pile and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. So technically, you should be able to attack for 200 plus damage every turn. Because Ursaluna and Colossal are stage 2 Pokemon, setting it up can be a bit difficult, although we have Rare Candy to help with the evolution. However, there will be many instances that we will need to stall against certain matchups, especially against Pokemon V builds. With that said, I included 1 copy of Miltank with the Miracle Body ability, which nullifies damage done to it by Pokemon V, making it difficult for your opponent to damage it. And you can possibly deal chip damage with Miltank as well, with its attack, Route. For 2 colorless energy, it deals 10 plus damage, and 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So this attack can deal anywhere from 10 to 110 damage. To further aid us with disruption, I included 2 copies of Avery, which forces your opponent to discard the Pokemon on their bench until they only have 3 left. And then I also have 2 copies of Galar Mine Stadium, which increases both active Pokemon's retreat cost by 2. So if you can disable your opponent from attacking with crushing hammers and then trap their Pokemon in their active spot with the help of the stadium, you may just be able to get a decisive blow or even a knockout against your opponent's Pokemon. As for the rest of the deck, I have Snorlax and Radiant Venusaur to help us draw more cards, and Manaphy to protect our bench from attack damage. Ursaluna is truly a very interesting card. Its strong attack does make it stand out. However, because it is a stage 2, setting up a backup attacker can be very difficult in every situation. And the fact that it has to discard 2 energies every time it attacks actually gives it a bit of a handicap, since we're also relying on a stage 2 Colossal to re-energize it, and if Colossal gets eliminated, you'll be put in a very difficult spot. However, there are other options to energize Ursaluna. Perhaps use Cherum, which is a stage 1, and this could be a lot easier to set up with Grass Energies, and just recover your discarded energies with Energy Recycler or Energy Retrieval. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Ursaluna. Alright, let's get right into our first match. My opponent will go first, and we're going to start this one with 3 basic Pokemon. We'll put one Teddiursa in the active spot, one on the bench, and it's good that we have Roly-Coly to start as well. It's always good to set up your Colossal line as soon as possible, because that's going to help us energize our Pokemon or recover our energies, especially after Ursaluna attacks. So my opponent's going to start with 2 Snorlax in the field, and they're using Orbeetle. Okay. So if this one evolves in Orbeetle VMAX, it has an ability that spreads 1 damage counter or 10 damage. That's going to cause 10 damage to all of our Pokemon every turn. Okay, we got Crushing Hammer from our top deck. Let's go ahead and use that. Maybe we can discard the one in Snorlax. We failed. Gonna use Avery to draw into more cards. We got an Ultra Ball and a Fighting and 1 Fire. So that's a good setup for our Colossal. And then I think I'm just gonna get Radiant Venusaur. That way we can have a constant draw at the end of our turn, and we're not gonna rely on our top deck. I'm gonna put 1 energy to Teddiursa in the bench because I don't know if they'll be able to knock out our active. So might as well just play it safe. Then we can evolve into Ursaring in the next turn. Put 1 more energy. Hopefully they don't have a boss and mess up our setup. But my opponent will be able to evolve into an Orbeetle VMAX. Yeah, sure enough, they discarded 1 other VMAX card. So this is a multiple Orbeetle. So if they have multiple Orbeetles, that means multiple damage counter every turn. Now they have 3 Orbeetles. You just have to evolve that into VMAX, and they'll be able to spread a lot of damage every turn. Slow, but it makes a big difference. So let's go ahead and evolve, attach this powerful energy, and I'm gonna use their stadium just so I can reshuffle my deck again. So we have a bunch of rare candies, a bunch of energies. Okay. Setup is a little bit difficult because we have a lot of components that we need to put together. That way we can evolve into a stage 2. We did get an Ursaluna from that Radiant Venusaur draw, so that's good. And we have a boss's order. We just have to move our Teddiursa out of the active spot. We might be able to get a knockout. Well, no, they're going to switch out their Snorlax. So they're going to start with their damage spread now, and with a air balloon that allows them to retreat freely with their Orbeetle VMAX. So if we can just get our Galar Mine Stadium, we might be able to prevent them from doing that. And they will get a knockout from our Teddiursa. So that's okay. Got another Crushing Hammer from the top deck. We'll just use that. Got Tails again. But now we can evolve into Ursaluna, attach an energy, and I think I'm going to boss their Orbeetle V because I'm going to take this chance before they can evolve into a VMAX. Reshuffle our deck again, and I'm just going to use Bulky Bump, and we're going to discard 2 energies for that attack. At least that gets us 2 prizes. Maybe we'll get something good here. Got an Avery, which is really good, and Marnie. Very nice. So now we have a chance to draw into more cards in our next turn. And we got a Carkol from the Venusaur draw, which is really good. Slowly but surely, but we do want to evolve into Colossal as soon as possible. And we also need to set up another Ursaluna line. But sizing up this matchup, I think we should be okay, because even with the damage spread, they're not knocking out any of our Pokemon that easily. And with Avery, that's going to help us to force our opponent to limit their bench size. So I think right now we can't really... Let me use Avery. Okay, we didn't get a Colossal, but we did get 2 Quick Balls. So I'm just going to evolve into Carkol, and then I'll discard this Quick Ball to get another Teddiursa. So we can evolve into an Ursaluna on our next turn. And with the help of the Twin Energy, we can use Bulky Bump again, discard that, and then go from there. So we at least we dealt 220 damage to their Orbeetle VMAX, and it's gonna be a lot easier for us to knock it out. That's gonna get us 3 prizes. We just need to get a boss to boss it in the active. But it's a guaranteed knockout for our opponent here. They will knock out our Ursaluna because they're dealing 100 damage to it. So our priority here is to get our Colossal because... Oh, they're gonna switch into Snorlax. Okay. I mean, they could have just spread damage first, but okay. That's their move. So we're gonna evolve into Ursaluna. We're gonna recover as much cards as we can with this Ordinary Rod, and we can get 2 energies back to the deck. All we need is 1 fire and 1 fighting anyways. And then I'm gonna use Marnie. Okay, we got another Teddiursa, which is really good. We can set that up. And also Oranguru. We have 2 Crushing Hammers in our discard pile already. We'll use this. Dude, we got heads. That's awesome. We'll remove this Grass Energy from the one with no damage counters to it. Primate Wisdom Palpad. Maybe we'll get something. Okay, not much. It's not gonna help us attack with Ursaluna. Just checking my deck with my opponent's Stadium. And I'm thinking of really just recovering the Crushing Hammer. So I'll put 1 energy to my benched Ursaluna. Recover 2 Crushing Hammers with Pete Hunt. And we got a rare candy. Nice. So if we can grab ourselves another Ursaluna, we'll have another one set up. But Colossal hasn't showed itself yet. We will need that to recover our energies. And so my opponent resumes its spread damage. And they will get a knockout here. Yo, they're gonna use Cheryl? Oh man, that recovered all the damage that we made to the other Orbeetle. But at least it removed its energies, and they will knock out our Ursaluna. I'll just put my Ursaluna in the active. Maybe we can disable them. Let's use our Crushing Hammers. Dude, we got heads. That's awesome. Let's remove this. 1 more. Come on. That's awesome. Let's Primate Wisdom this. See what we get. Finally, our Colossal. Let's go. So now we can attack with Bulky Bump, and my opponent will not be able to attack. Yeah, let's go ahead and use Tar Generator. We got the 2 energies that we need. And then we're just going to use Bulky Bump. 200 damage, but that's alright. We'll discard these 2. And then we're going to draw 3 cards with Radiant Venusaur. Dude, let's go. We got Rare Candy, another Ursaluna. That's insane. So if they don't retreat this Orbeetle VMAX, we're going to get a knockout. But even if they retreat it, we have Boss's Order. As long as they don't have another Cheryl. Okay, good. So they're going to use Bird Keeper to switch out into their other Orbeetle VMAX. But again, they're still not able to attack because they don't have enough energies. And they're going to switch back to Snorlax to Gormandize. Alright. So we got this. We got 3 prizes right here. Let's evolve into Ursaluna first. And then I'm not sure if I need to use Oranguru. I mean, I could. But I definitely have my target here. We're going to boss their Orbeetle VMAX. And then, yeah, I'll Primate Wisdom the Rare Candy, see what we get. We got a Quick Ball, but I feel like I need the Scoop Up Net, so I'm not even going to use that. Quick Ball. Use Tar Generator. And then we're just going to attack. Bulky Bump, knocking out their Orbeetle VMAX. And that's going to get us 3 prizes. That's awesome. So this is a pretty awesome matchup for us. We actually got Galarmine Stadium. So with no other Orbeetle VMAX set up on our opponent's side, their damage spread is not so much of a threat to us. as it was in the beginning, so that's really good. And all we need is one more prize to go. So if we have boss, I think we used up all our bosses already. So they have 3. There's a 2-2 line of Orbeetle VMAX in their discard pile. I'm pretty sure they have another line. They're gonna use Ultra Ball. Okay, I'm assuming. Oh, I thought they didn't have any, but they have an Orbeetle. Maybe one Orbeetle VMAX is prized, so they can't even evolve that. And they're just gonna attack for 100 damage. So what we're gonna do here is just use Tar Generator, energize Ursaluna, and bump out their stadium with our Galar Mine, so now they cannot retreat as freely as they would like to. And then I'm gonna get Miltank, I think, and that's gonna put a little bit of a pressure on my opponent, knowing that I have a Pokemon that they cannot attack. We're just gonna put 200 damage to their Orbeetle VMAX. They will get a knockout off of our Ursaluna, but we have another one energized. All we have to do is attach 2 more energies with Tar Generator to our Ursaluna in the bench, and then we can deal that finishing blow on our next turn. But they're gonna use another Cheryl, dude. Okay, well, you know what? That's okay. Let me scoop this guy up so they can't use their ability to knock it out. And we have another rare candy. We can just evolve into another one. So we're just gonna go with this bulky bump, put more pressure to our opponent's Orbeetle VMAX, dealing 200 damage. And again, with Galar Mine Stadium, they're not gonna be able to retreat as freely unless they have a switching card. And they're dealing only 100 damage, so not quite enough to knock out my Ursaluna. We're gonna survive with 10 HP. Yeah, I think that was a close one. We survived with 10 HP, guys. So all we have to do is use Tar Generator, and then we're just gonna knock out their Orbeetle VMAX for the win. And there's a scoop. Wow, good game. All right, let's move on to our next match. We get to go first this time. We're gonna start with a Snorlax, which is really good. I'm gonna hold off on Manaphy because I don't know if my opponent uses anything to damage our bench. I did see an Inteleon there, so we can expect damage spread and also shady dealings. That's gonna help them find their trainer cards from their deck. So we might have to use Manaphy in this matchup because Inteleon does hit the bench if they have the shady dealings Inteleon. Okay, it's an Ice Rider Calyrex matchup. So I'll just play Manaphy already. Put 1 fire energy in the discard pile. And I'm gonna set up my Roly-Coly or my Colossal line. Use Galar Mine Stadium and just Gormandize. So Galar Mine Stadium could help us because they won't be able to retreat their Sobble as easily. Although they could just replace it with their own stadium, because with the Shady Dealings lineup of Inteleon and Drizzile, they can just get any trainer cards from their deck. But we did get a Crushing Hammer from the Gormandize, so that could help disrupt their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX when it attacks, because the good thing about this matchup is that Ice Rider discards energies as well to deal enough damage. So if we use Crushing Hammers, if we get heads, we might be able to disable them for about a turn. So that's a good, it's a good strategy to have. And the fact that my opponent is filling up their bench, can just use Avery to disrupt their bench. Force them to discard their cards until they have 3 Pokemon left in their bench. Unfortunately, we didn't get to discard their Sobble because again, that one can actually attack. Just gonna use Celine. We got one heads, so I think I'll recover the Crushing Hammers, and then we can get that with our Gourmandize. So we have one energy. We still need to set up our Teddiursa Ursaluna line. We have a rare candy, but we have no basic Teddiursa in the bench yet. So what I'm thinking is actually just attack probably with Miltank for the meantime. Get a knockout off of this Sobble because, I mean, they have Melanie. They can energize one, draw 3 cards, but it's not a guarantee that they're gonna get a good card with this draw. Alright, cool. So we are safe for now. We can energize our Miltank. We can get Colossal. We have a rare candy. Might as well use it. And then I'm going to use Crushing Hammers. Dude, we got one. Alright, cool. So let's remove that from Ice Rider Calyrex. Move our Miltank in the active, and I'm just going to Marnie. Okay, still didn't get any basic Teddiursa. And we have one. We need one fighting energy in the discard pile. And then we're just going to get a knockout here. So we got one prize from that Miltank knockout against our Sobble. So we can accelerate one energy with Colossal. I could even attack with Snorlax, to be honest with you. We can scoop up Miltank, attack with Snorlax, maybe paralyze their Pokemon. They're gonna Marnie. Okay, that's okay with me actually. Maybe we can get a Teddiursa here and start setting that up. Still nothing. We got our old Coley and an Oranguru. We have another Crushing Hammers. Hopefully we get heads with the coin flip and just continue to discard their energies. Because if they have no way of recovering their energies, that could help us to stall. Okay, so they're using Evolution Incense and they're getting Inteleon. So they're probably setting that up so that they can get through our Miltank faster. They're just going to pass. Alright, cool. So I'm going to use Crushing Hammer. Alright, cool. We got one. So we're going to continue to disable, hopefully, their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. We're going to put our Oranguru in play, and we're finally gonna get a Teddiursa. Gonna use Bruno. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So we can set up our Ursaluna on our next turn, get another knockout off of their Sobble. That gets us another prize, another hammer. Hey, let's go. I don't mind that at all. So we have a rare candy. We also have Evolution Incense, so we can evolve into Ursaluna. We already have one energy to our Teddiursa, and all we have to do is put 2 energies with our Colossal. On our next turn, we can put 1 more Fire Energies, attach 1 more energy with Colossal, and we should be good to go. So my opponent's using their Shady Dealings Inteleon to get 2 trainer cards from their deck. Maybe they have a Stadium to get our Galar Mine out of there, because I think Galar Mine is doing its job really well, you know, being able to prevent my opponent from moving around from their active spot to one of their benched Pokemon. So the fact that they haven't been able to attack with Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX yet, that's a good sign. Especially our Miltank is really stalling really well. And they're just going to pass again. Okay, so they're just powering up their Inteleon. We're going to use Crushing Hammers, but we got Tails, unfortunately. So I'm going to evolve into Ursaluna for the meantime. And I think they can knock out our Miltank in the next turn with their Inteleon. We Primate Wisdom, Teddy Ursa. We got Palpad. See what we can recover here. I mean, I can recover Celine and Marnie. So I can put one energy. I can hard retreat with Miltank, but then again, I won't be able to energize Ursaluna. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I think I'll retreat to Snorlax for now, and I'm just gonna Gormandize. I need to set up a little bit more, because just focusing on attack is not gonna do me any good. They're not gonna knock out my Snorlax unless they do quick shooting. But thanks to our Manaphy, we're not receiving any bench damage from Inteleon's 20 damage attack to the bench. So we're safe. And I'm probably just gonna scoop up Snorlax. Then we can knock out their Inteleon with our Ursaluna. Then we're just gonna try and set up another Ursaluna line along the way. 8, 9, 10. We can survive one more turn with our Miltank. So I'm just gonna scoop up Snorlax, and then I'm gonna discard these two so I can set up another Teddiursa. Right, and then I can even use Celine. Put one energy here. Alright, cool. We got heads. And I think I'm gonna get a scoop up net. So that's on the top of my deck. I can use Tar Generator, energize my Ursaluna, and then I'm just gonna use Bulky Bump. 200 damage, knocking out their Inteleon. We have to discard 2 energies, and then they can knock it out because their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX is all set up. But we do only need 3 more prizes. So if we can knock out one Ice Rider Calyrex, we're actually good. And we have Twin Energy available now. So we have a scoop up net. We can actually scoop up our Miltank and continue to tank hits, because their Inteleon lines are nowhere to be found. They only have one quick shooting Inteleon and will be immune to any damage from their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX as long as we have Miltank. Okay, so they're gonna knock out my Ursaluna, and just gonna promote Teddy Ursa. We can evolve because we have a rare candy and Primate Wisdom. Hold on, let's scoop up Miltank first because we're gonna need that. We can evolve Teddy Ursa into Ursaluna. Tar Generator, 2 energies, 1 fighting, 1 fire to Ursaluna. Primate Wisdom, Colossal. Got a Carkol. And I'm gonna attach the Twin Energy to Miltank. Bulky Bump for 200 damage. I'm gonna discard 2 energies. We don't have Venusaur to draw into more cards, but that's okay. We should be okay. Their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX will be able to knock out our Ursaluna, but they'll have to discard 2 energies to do that. And with Galarmine Stadium trapping their Ice Rider, unless they have a switching card here, and they only have 8 cards left in their deck, we might be able to just chip away at their Ice Rider Calyrex until we knock it out with Miltank. So we're doing pretty good here. And my opponent is desperately trying to knock out my Miltank, but it's not gonna work. There's the knockout to my Ursaluna. They have to discard 2 energies. Now their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX in the active is not able to attack. Use Primate Wisdom. What do we get here? We got 1 energy. Could start energizing my Colossal. I could use it to attack as well. And I'm just gonna use Route. I'm gonna use Tar Generator. and energize my Colossal. Route, not doing quite enough damage. It's 70 damage, but it gets us closer to knocking out this Ice Rider. Again, if my opponent doesn't have anything to switch out, should be good. And they're gonna boss my Manaphy. Okay, so they're just stalling at this point. It's gonna be a while before they can knock out my Miltank with just their Inteleon's quick shooting. But I need to draw into more cards. We got a boss, dude. We got a boss. I can't retreat my Manaphy. It'll need 3 energies. Just put 1. Because I can't put 3 energies on Manaphy to retreat it. So on my next turn, I could retreat it. I'll just put 2 energies on it with Tar Generator. Retreat into Miltank. Oh, they're gonna use... Oh, man. They just healed all the damage. That's very unfortunate. Well, it is what it is. Got a quick ball. That Cheryl is... Didn't expect to see that Cheryl. Let me discard this. And let's set up another Ursaluna. Maybe that's going to help us to deal more damage. Tar Generator to Manaphy, and I'm going to continue to chip away at their Pokemon with my Miltank. I might just deal with this Inteleon because it's very annoying. The quick shooting is very annoying. So with this eliminated, we don't have to worry about getting hit by their Ice Riders. And Miltank can just avoid any damage. But here again, my opponent's gonna boss my Colossal, but with no energies to their Ice Rider unless they have Melanie. And they're just gonna pass. Okay. Primate Wisdom, this quick ball. Dude. Let's go. Got Crushing Hammer. Yes! Let's go! So my opponent doesn't have any more energies. So we'll Tar Generator 1 energy to Colossal and 1 to Teddiursa. I'm just going to use Flaming Avalanche. It's going to deal 130 damage to their Ice Rider Calyrex. They have Melanie. Drawn to 3 cards. They're down to their last card of their deck. They don't have any energies here to attach to their Ice Rider. That could be it. And they're just going to pass. Okay. Use Primate Wisdom. Dude, we got Ursaluna. Let's go. We can evolve. Maybe Tar Generator 1 energy. So we should be able to attack for a lot of damage in the next turn. I can't retreat my Colossal though, so I'm just going to use Flaming Avalanche. Deal another 130 damage. So that puts us closer to winning this game. My opponent doesn't have any more cards on their top deck. So even if they get a knockout here, or maybe they use Marnie, they'll recover cards. But if they cannot retreat their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, there it is. There's Marnie. They're going to recover their cards, at least 3 cards to their deck. And if they have 1 more energy, they can knock out my Colossal. But then Ursaluna will just take care of their Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. That will get us 3 prizes for the win. There's the energy that they needed. They're going to use Max Lands to knock out our Colossal. And they're just going to scoop. Alright. Alright, good game, man. Alright, let's move on to our last match for the day. We're going to start this one with a Teddiursa in the active spot and also a Roly-Coly. So it's good to see these two set up early on in the game. And we're just going to put 1 energy to Teddiursa and pass. And This is Solrock Lunatone matchup. Okay, so if I win this, I'm definitely going to showcase this. I know people hate this matchup so much. It's just very simple, consistent, but very powerful that people hate it so much. But we're going to try because it is tough to beat. So if I am able to beat it with this Ursaluna deck, I think it's worth showcasing. At least it will show how this Ursaluna can match up against this Lunatone Solrock combo. So let's see if we can win this one. And yeah, just focus on how this Ursaluna build works against Lunatone and Solrock. They could actually get a knockout here if they can only put one more energy to their Lunatone. They can knock out my Teddiursa, and that's pretty much game over for me. Because if I can't set up any other basic Pokemon, that's gonna be I'm pretty much dead. So good thing they can't get their Solrock out of the active spot. They didn't knock out my Teddiursa, which is really good. So I'm just gonna try to set up as much as I can. Could go for Snorlax. I think I'm gonna go for Snorlax so that way I can draw into more cards. I'm hoping to set up more basic Pokemon, right? I have a switch, and then I'm gonna use their Stadium. We got an Ultra Ball. Discarded one Teddiursa, which is not good. I'm just gonna Marnie. I know that might be helping out my opponent's hand, but I have no choice. I got another Fire Energy. Let's evolve into Colossal, which is really good. We're able to evolve into that. And I can put one energy to Teddiursa again, and I'm just going to Gormandize. So Snorlax I can actually use to attack, knock out one of their Solrock or Lunatone because they only have 90 HP. Snorlax can deal 100 damage. And my opponent is only taking away one prize at a time also. But I feel like Avery is going to help us out here because that's going to limit them from setting up any more of their Lunatone. They only need 4 energies to knock out our Snorlax to their active. Dude, I think... Oh, no. That's not a good idea because it's an overkill. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah. That's too much energy. They should have set it up to their other Lunatone. Because I'm actually counting on my Ursaluna to tank a hit or two. Because 180 is pretty bulky. I just have to keep my opponent from setting up... Dude, we got 3 item cards from that Stadium. That's awesome. Just gotta prevent my opponent from setting up a lot of energies. That way Ursaluna can tank at least one hit. So my opponent's deciding which one to discard. At least they're down to their last 3 Solrock. I know they can recover them, but still, that goes a long way. Now with the Evolution Incense, we can evolve into Ursaluna. And then... put one more energy to Ursaluna. Crushing Hammer's not gonna do any good in this matchup because they can recover it. I mean, we can slow them down for sure. But yeah. So we have 1 fighting energy. We're just gonna have to discard that when we use Ursaluna. But I mean, when we discard the energy from Ursaluna when we attack. But let's see, which one can we discard? Just gonna discard these 2. It's fine. Don't have any more Teddiursa because we discarded one when we used their Stadium. But we already have one. Oh no, we already have one set up. So we can actually evolve that on our next turn. So that's good. We got Ursaluna. And I'm just gonna attach an energy to Teddiursa. And I'm just gonna use Bulky Bump to get a knockout here, 200 damage, and then we'll just discard these 2 fire energies. So now we have an even amount of energies in our discard pile. We have 2 fighting and 2 fire energies that Colossal can put to any of our Pokemon. They're setting up another Lunatone. And like I said, 180 is actually a fair amount of HP. It's not that much, but it's pretty fair. Especially against this matchup. I think we're going to do really well against this matchup. Especially when you account for the price exchange. As long as we can prevent them from setting up a lot of energies to Lunatone, they can't knock out Ursaluna in a single hit. And that will allow us to get 2 prizes in exchange for my opponent only getting 1, because they need to 2-hit knockout our Ursaluna. So this is a pretty good matchup for us. And the fact that we can also attack with Colossal makes this a really good matchup. So we already have 2 Ursalunas taking down 2 of their Pokemon. And then Colossal can take down 1 or 2 more. And Colossal actually has a pretty good HP as well. It is a stage 2. However, if my opponent cannot set up where they cannot put a lot of energies to their Lunatone, Colossal should be able to tank at least 1 hit. So that's more than we need, because this time around they are gonna chip away a few energy or a few HP to our Ursaluna, 120. So they will knock it out in the next turn, but no, they're just gonna boss my Colossal. That's actually not good. Let me tar generator to Ursaluna, and I'm just gonna attach as much energy as I can, because we'll disable our reattaching or our energy accelerator. We have rare candy, so we can just energize it, or we can evolve it in our next turn and continue with our energy acceleration. So we're gonna get a knockout here. We're going to discard these 2 energies. And we get 1 prize. Nice. So now, on our next turn, we can evolve into Colossal again. I wish we had another rare candy. That way we can evolve into another Ursaluna. But that's okay. We'll work with what we have. You know what I mean? So if they can accelerate 4 energies here, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. If they have 1 more energy, they can knock out this Ursaluna. That's actually pretty insane. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Lunatone is pretty strong. Okay, can use their stadium. Maybe we can get 1 more rare candy. Let's hammer away. We didn't succeed. We should have 1 more rare candy. If I can evolve into Colossal and also another Ursaluna, that would be awesome. For the meantime, I'm gonna recover a line of Ursaluna. Let me just get these 2, and then can recover 1 fire and 1 fighting. That way we can attach if we need to. We'll evolve into Colossal first. Use their stadium. We didn't get the rare candy. Let me Marnie. Still didn't get anything, bro. This is not looking good. Hammer. Not successful. Really bad. Palpad, Avery, and Raihan. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to evolve into Ursaluna. So what I'm gonna do is just retreat into Radiant Venusaur, and I'm gonna Tar Generator an energy or two to our Colossal. We can use that to at least take care of two of their Pokemon. We have Avery from that Radiant Venusaur draw, so we can limit their bench size again. And good thing they got Tails from their capture, Pokemon catcher, that will allow our Colossal to survive. So at least we can get a knockout. If we can knock out this Lunatone, we might be able to survive an attack, even if they get to set up another Lunatone. And hopefully we can draw into Ursaluna with Avery. That will cause a disruption to their bench. But for now, I'm just going to attack with Colossal, I think. I'm going to use Avery, force them to discard their bench Pokemon until they only have 3 left. I mean, what other choice do they have, right? So they get rid of Radiant Greninja and also one Solrock. And that does make a big difference, you know, because one less energy for them to attack with Solrock. So we can evolve into an Ursaluna. We got an Evolution Incense and also a Rare Candy, which is really good. And use Quick Ball. We have a bunch of energies. I'm just gonna get Oranguru. Use Primate Wisdom. Okay, Raihan. Raihan is pretty good. Let me attach this Twin Energy, Tar Generator, 2 energies to Ursaluna. And then I'm just going to use Flaming Avalanche. 100 damage, knocking out their Lunatone, getting us 1 more prize. So my opponent has to recover Lunatones. And if they energize up to 3 energies, they're only doing 120 damage. And even if they get up to 4 energies, they're not knocking out my Colossal. They can only hit up to 150, so we'll survive a hit. We have enough energies on Colossal to retreat, and then we can continue to attack with Ursaluna, tank 2 hits, or at least survive 2 turns, and that way we can knock out 2 of their Lunatone or Solrock. And then with just 10 HP left to Colossal, we can knock out their last Pokemon. So we're looking good. I think we got this. The Avery does make a big difference against this matchup for sure. And without a Scoop Up Net, they might not be able to retreat their Solrock. They do have a Scoop Up Net though. So they have to have 1 more energy. Yeah, they will get a knockout off of our Colossal. Alright. 180 damage. So they're keeping up with us for sure. But we have Raihan, so we can accelerate 1 energy, which is really good. So we can knock out this Lunatone. And then don't have any more. Oh, we can't evolve into any more Colossal. So I think I'm going to get Celine at some point and recover. So I'll just get another energy for now. And we should have enough energy to attach. So we'll get a knockout here, 200 damage, discard 2 energies. And then hopefully we draw into another energy and get another knockout. We got a Galar Mine Stadium. Alright, cool. That could actually help us out because if they don't have any more Scoop Up Nets, they already used up 2. And they're actually down to their last card. And they're gonna use... Okay. Alright, well, I guess they're giving up. They can't recover anything, so this game is pretty much over. I'm just gonna pass. Alright, cool. We got a win! Alright, I'll take that. Before ending this video, I want to thank you all so much for showing so much love for this channel. As always, before you go, make sure you are subscribed if you are not already. Make sure and leave a like. It's a simple way to help increase the algorithm to get this video to more viewers like you. And if you'd like to help support my channel even more, please check out the description of this video. You can donate to me directly through PayPal, and you can also become a member of this channel. For as low as 99 cents a month, you may be able to buy me a coffee if you'd like. And you'll also be able to get an early access to videos I've already uploaded before they are scheduled for release. Or you can also use the new super thanks from YouTube if you'd like to donate even further. You can also check out Redbubble, where you can buy apparel and accessories with awesome designs from me. And of course, for supporting my sponsors and partners, PTCGO and yourplaymat.com. Links are in the description below. But you don't have to do any of those if you don't want to. I'm just really happy that you continue to take the time out of your day to watch my videos. Thank you everyone for watching, happy Pokemon gaming, and stay tuned for more videos. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Night channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.